What is going on, investors? My name's Emmanuel, and we have to speak about HCMC once again because, as you can see, our previous levels that we highlighted from my last video have been compromised. Okay, they have been compromised. Speaking of which, you guys absolutely loved my last voiceover. I mean, it was the most viewed video on my channel. It was the most liked video on my channel. I don't know whether that's a slap in the face or whether that's an indicator that you want me to do more voiceovers rather than having my face on screen. I don't know how I feel about that, but regardless, I do want to say I appreciate everyone who tuned in, who watched the video, who shared the video. Thank you so much. It did really well. And as a result, you know, we've now crossed 10,000 subscribers, which is insane. So thank you all once again. I appreciate every single one of you. And also let me know in the comment section below, do you want more voiceovers? Or do you want to see my pretty face on screen once again? But I don't know, maybe I might incorporate both, but it's so much more easier to just do voiceovers because essentially I can put out more content. It's less editing. So let me know if you enjoy voiceovers as opposed to me recording myself being on screen. But judging from the views and the amount of likes this video got, yeah, it's a clear indicator. So for this video, I want to talk about why we broke through these levels, why they were not respected, what this means going forward. And I also want to talk about the CEO of HCMC, Jeffrey Holman. I want to talk about his experience and how I think this plays a key role in us being able to win this potential lawsuit against Philip Morris. I also want to talk about this third subsidiary that the company has now included on their website, because remember, HCMC himself, they're a holding company and they have three, well, at the time when I did my last video, I said they had Healthy Choices Market and they also had the vape store, but they've also now recently included another subsidiary. So I want to touch on that as well going forward. I do want to touch on Ada's Natural Market as well, because I feel like it's not getting enough love. This in a way is kind of making me a bit bullish about remaining in my position, because I said in my last video that as soon as a lawsuit is over, I'll probably pull out all my money and whatnot. But the more I look at Ada's Natural Market, I look at their social media, I look at their branding, the more I actually like this subsidiary. And based on how they perform from a financial point of view and how much revenue this side of the business produces, I think it might be worth hanging on to some shares in HCMC. I'm really starting to be a bit won over just because of this main subsidiary. I also want to talk about the Trading 212 hot list because boy, oh boy, HCMC has been hot this week. Everyone's been talking about HCMC, so I want to touch on that. And then also, we are going up in the world, guys. We are going up in the world. We now have 57,000 people watching this company on stock tweets. So got a lot to cover in this video, but we're going to make a start on why I think all of our key levels that I drew out in my last video just 2 days ago have now been compromised. Don't forget to destroy the like button, smash the subscribe button if you are new to the channel. We're on the road now to 20,000 subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you. If you are looking for a Discord community where we actually do have a lot of HCMC investors, then I cannot recommend my Discord enough. Again, we have so many channels on there, including our favorite HCMC. We're talking about this company all day long, as you can see. And again, we've had some incredible gains. I mean, we started getting in at 0.0001. So definitely, if you are looking for a Discord community that is like-minded, you know, like-minded investors where we just share ideas, this is definitely for you. So check the Patreon link in the description below. And with that said, let's dive straight into the video. So HCMC, as we said in the last video, and thank you to everyone who corrected me in my last HCMC video. I called these lower highs, but they actually are higher lows. Okay, so they're not lower highs. These levels right here are higher lows. Okay, because you can see the lows are getting higher. All right, so yeah, that was my mistake there, my bad. But as you can see, we have now literally broken through this trend line that we drew here. It's been compromised. This key level here has been compromised. Remember, I did draw that as our previous resistance level. It was support on the 11th and we gapped up on the Friday. It retested that support level again, which I felt it would hold, but with technical analysis, the more times a key level it's tested, the more likelihood it is to eventually break through. And that's exactly what happened on Friday afternoon around 5:30. It broke through this support level, retested it, and it's now become resistance, as you can see again, and it's now retraced and it's now testing our current support level. So what does this mean? So from a technical analysis point of view, this is not good. Okay, this is not good from a bullish standpoint. It does indicate that the share price itself is turning very bearish, because if we retest this support line a number of times, eventually it could break through. And if it does break through, guys, then of course we are then trending lower and will then retest the next support level. But we could, if we have a good week, we could potentially retest our previous resistance and break through and then carry on the upside. But it is looking like the share price or the stock has turned a bit bearish. But I don't think this has anything to do with the company. The fundamentals hasn't changed. All the catalysts are still in play. And I really do think that the reason why we turned bearish on Friday was down to profit taking. Okay, so on my Discord, I always give a morning briefing. Okay, so on Friday's morning briefing, I highlighted to my members that key market updates: the US markets are closed on February the 15th. These guys love their holidays. It legit feels like the 10th one so far this year. And we have witnessed in the past, and this again, last month, they also had a 3-day weekend. And we had witnessed this in the past, that during most long weekend breaks, we tend to see additional selling pressure due to profit taking and not wanting to risk positions over the long break. Okay, so the general market in the morning, the US futures traded in the red. So I did strongly believe that, I mean, if you look at HCMC, we're up over 1,000%. Most of us, all right. So let's look at this. So most of us got in at what? 0.01. Do you know what I'm saying? We're up over 3,000, even up to 4,000% at one point. Again, of course, people are taking profits. They don't want to risk it into the weekend. And I think that's purely the main reason why we suffered this decline and we broke through supports. Profit taking, I am still bullish on this company. I do think we will retest our resistance level once again and continue higher. So if you did get in late, especially if you got in on Thursday or if you got in on Friday, if you are a bit nervous, I'll probably put a stop loss in place just below this support level, just in case we do break. Or if you want to take less risk, if you can't take any more pain, then probably put a stop loss just below this support level. And I think the only reason why it was red was because there was a lot of profit taking on Friday going into the long weekend. Now, CEO Jeffrey E. Holman, okay, I'm on his LinkedIn profile. Of course, I got money in this stock, so I want to know more about the CEO. And if you look at his past, you can see education-wise, he actually went to law school. Okay, he went to law school, and now considering HCMC were in a lawsuit with Philip Morris, it is beneficial that the CEO of this company has some level of experience in law. So I'm confident that he probably is also confident that we're going to win, because why else would he want to sue Philip Morris? I mean, he went to law school between 1992 to 1995, so got 3 years. And also, if you look at his experience, you know, he's an equity partner at this law firm, Attorneys Law, and he's a vested partner. And also, of course, he's the CEO of Vape Corp and, you know, HCMC, the CEO now and chairman of the board at HCMC. So it gives me even more confidence in our chances of winning, because our CEO has experience in law. I'm sure he has experience with lawsuits. And he's also hired one of the best companies to represent us. So if Jeffrey Holman didn't honestly believe with his experience that we had a chance, I don't think he would be spending all this money chasing this lawsuit. So that's even giving me a lot more confidence when I did my DD on the CEO. So if you are a bit nervous, this should give you a bit more confidence. He probably knows what he's doing, okay? So now moving on to the third subsidiary, and this is an intellectual property holding, and I counted 54 patents, okay? 54 patents that are currently owned by HCMC, or patent assets that are licensed by HCMC. So as you can see, we have a ton of patents on our e-cig models, And they've actually turned this into pretty much a business, because it's pretty much now a subsidiary, and it's going to be generating revenue because, again, they've licensed out their patents. So this is another potential revenue stream for HCMC. It is good to see, and we have 54, I believe. It's either 50 or 54 when I counted last, but I do see this as a positive sign for the business. Ada's Natural Market, they deal with organic fruit and vegetables. They also have an eating deli on site, and their Instagram is really popping off. They do post regularly, and all of the comments have been very positive. So again, this gives me even more confidence, and I am thinking I would probably take some profits off the table, but leave some shares in place, because this does have potential. I mean, I think the intellectual property side will be a good revenue stream. I also think the others side of the business will bring in revenue. So I am seeing, besides the whole lawsuit, put that to the side for a minute, I can see streams of revenue for this business, and that's very, very important to see. Now, the last point I want to touch on is the Trading 212 hot list, and this has been number 1 and number 2 for the past week. It's been insane. Everybody's jumping in on HCMC, and the hype train is well and truly on the way. So this is very, very good to see. We started the day with over 83,000 people owning this stock, and by the end we ended the day with 87,000 people owning shares of HCMC, which is very, very good to see, especially if you got in early. We love to see this, and I don't see this hype train slowing down anytime soon. Again, the lawsuit, we expect to hear from Philip Morris on the 26th of February, so I don't see why this will slow down anytime soon. And as you can see on HCMC, on stock tweets, again, when I did my last video, we had 46,000 watchers, and that was like 2 days ago. We now have 57, so we've pretty much got 11,000 more people raving on, watching HCMC and wanting to be a part of this company. And it's amazing. It's amazing to see, especially if you got in very, very early. And if you did get in on Thursday and Friday, I wouldn't necessarily worry. This sell-off was due to, again, profit taking, purely profit taking. I wouldn't worry. But if you are worried, put in a stop loss just below this support level. Or if you have a bit more of a risk appetite, then you want to put your stop loss just below this risk level. Other than that, hold your position. Or if you are really concerned about your investment, then probably reduce the size. But that's all I really wanted to cover in this video. Again, it was a quick update on HCMC. As again, going forward, I'm going to be doing a lot more of these voiceovers, probably depending on what you guys say in the comment section. But I will also be doing some videos where I am on screen. I do think that is important, so I might just combine both going forward as this channel grows. Thank you once again for helping me hit 10,000 subscribers. I truly appreciate every single one of you. It was overwhelming when we crossed this milestone. And yes, the road to 20,000 subscribers is well and truly on. Make sure you have a great weekend, guys. Remember, none of this is financial advice. It's all for educational purposes only. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you liked all of that, and I'll see you in my next video.